So we can see where they're just pounding the hell out of this trend line here. This is the hour chart. Obviously, you can see it. Today, I pretty much expect this. I would expect this to go up and push at this 350. I mean, that's the way it looks to me. It looks like they're really pushing it at the end of the day. But we're right now in Upper Michigan, it's 3:36 a.m. So there's no trades yet, supposedly, according to TradingView. I didn't check any other ones yet, but I'm sure they're going to try to, shorts or hedge funds or whoever are going to try to break this trend line today. But hopefully they get a little shocker and someone comes in and drives this up towards 350. If we can break that 350 and push up to this 370 mark, this thing could fly. But we got another short week next week because there's no trading Monday, I think, eh? Because of the new year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Today's going to be a biggie, though. And if they break this, you could come back down to that $3. I was looking at, what is it, Vanguard and BlackRock that have the most shares. They also, there's also several, like, market makers, Susquehanna there. They got calls and puts. I don't really know where they're at, but. So when you get a market maker like them, that, what is it, Jeff Haas that owns that Susquehanna? They're like one of the richest guys in the world. They're all crooked. But when market makers are doing the options, they buy those options so far out that, they may be hedging their bets, but they'll buy puts and then buy calls, and they're so far out that the market maker will push the price down, get rid of their puts, then push the price up, get rid of their calls. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but it's pretty easy to come up with that scenario. But there's a lot of positive articles going on with Fubo right now being listed in the top 5, top 10 stocks for 2024. So, and it's kind of a double-edged sword because you get the positive news, you get more people getting into Fubo, buying shares, which gives you more shares to short if they're not. So it's just a manipulation tactic all the way around. You just got to kind of go with the punches, I guess. But I seriously expect this to shoot up today. They're going to try to force it down, but I think they're going to be in for a surprise. Somebody wants this to go up, and they're going to drive it up. Hopefully. Otherwise, see where are we at here. This is the hour. Let's go to the day. Where does this trend line put us if it comes down here today? Yeah, I don't know if you remember, if you go back in prior videos, I had one of these red lines at 326. So hold on. Doesn't want to go. This was a really old support and resistance. Was that 320? I'll leave it at 327, but 326 right there. That was a really old support and resistance. I don't know how far back. I don't know how far back that goes. And you can see it, I mean, it dropped below that, but there's really a... So we'll see where that plays out today. If it holds that, and then goes up, and we'll see if we follow this. I'd like to see it follow this trend until it breaks this, 370. Well, it's 367, but I mean, the lines are always just kind of a guide. You know, you're able to pop it up or above it or below it a little bit, you know. But I expect this to go up today. I think they'll fight for the 350. Or they could, you know, they could jam it all the way down to this 305, 306. But one or the other, it's gonna do one or the other. We know that for sure. I'm always on the positive side. I see this going up. You know, fight at that 350. Eventually, it's going to pop. I mean, do you really think that short percentage is 17? Yeah, it might have been 17% at one time, but then it gets stuck there, and the very next day, it's jacked it back up over 20. You know, they got, what, 49 million shares short, and the highest was like 52, 51, something. And you're probably looking at 53 right now. And then I saw off exchange at what, 40% yesterday. But I mean, that goes as high as 60% off exchange. I mean, this is just a market maker game is all they're doing. They're collecting shares both ways. Market makers are collecting shares going up and collecting shares coming down. In the meanwhile, they're sucking in shorts that are getting stuck, and they're dumping off shares higher to people that want to get in. So it's just a market maker game, and you got to wait to see how it plays out. But I mean, Vanguard's got a ton of shares. I think they're at like 18 million, 19 million, maybe more. And then BlackRock's got, what, 17 still? A couple other ones are up a million or two. So I mean, there's a lot of institutions getting in this. And by all means, I mean, the outlook for Fubo is just ridiculously good. So I understand why it's making that top 10 list for 2024, because, you know, projections are pretty high for this. It won't be long, and I think we'll see this level out at 10, 12 bucks. Probably climb after that. So it's definitely a good buy. It's fun watching it, though. So we'll see. I think we're going to fight at 350 today. Hopefully looking for a New Year's surprise here. We'll see what happens. We'll see you in the next video. I'll do one this weekend. So we'll see you in the next one.